here, to my understanding. So, whenever you're ready, FFR.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, here we go. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Are you there, Leonard?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're leaving it to me. Great. Well, we have a good time here in League of Speedrunners Land. So the basic concept behind this mode is perhaps you're used to seeing some two screens of watching and some garbage things. This is man versus sheer willpower, pretty much, is what this category is, in my opinion. So the idea is you see that little blinking white line there, and you want to get all the blocks you can underneath it as quickly as you can and most efficiently as you can. The way you're going to do that is chains, mainly through combos though, and a lot of cursor, which FFR Pro has. The more cursor speed you have, it helps a lot. I know when I play this category, it hurts my wrist after just one run because I'm trying to go so fast, but I can't keep up.
Definitely. Yeah, so like Nicole was saying, this run is more about the speed of playing as opposed to our normal runs, which are versus where you're trying to defeat the enemy as quickly as possible. And that's more tactical in how you send your garbage typically.
Cool thing is you get to spend some time with, you know, some of the other characters. You know, we'll get to see Yoshi and his friends and not get mad at them. So that's, as a normal Tetris Attack speedrunner, that's a good time. And not blame everybody for everything in your life. That perhaps the patterns, which do not, perhaps are not always optimal, but FFR is really good at figuring out how to work his way through these patterns as efficiently as he can. I'm kind of just like watching like the strategy here, just the nuances. Lots of lag chains, I think, help here too.
Lag chains definitely help, and being able to clear different places on the board at the same time definitely helps. And that's much easier at the lower levels. So as you can see, we're just finished stage 1 already, all the way through. We'll be moving on to stage 2. The difference between the two really is stage 2 is just a little bit faster, and it'll keep getting faster all the way through stage 6.
Yeah, getting faster and getting more blocks. And just to clarify, too, for those of you who perhaps are not as familiar with this game, a lag chain is basically where... So a chain is when you're doing kind of clear after clear after clear. When you're doing lag chains, it's essentially triggering like two clears on at two different times. So you're consistently clearing blocks, but it's not as constrained as just going one directly to another, and it's really a talent of the top level players. I think of Yoshi 112, who just won our Tetris Attack speedrunning tournament that we just wrapped up. You know, and like players like that game is insane, and it's just very impressive to just see all of these clears to build up, you know, in the versus run all this garbage, but in this context it's really building up all these clears to essentially get rid of your blocks as fast as you can. So fast gameplay is really cool to see with the top players with the really elite cursor speed, as David likes to say.
friendly pattern right there.
Yeah, so in this one, definitely focusing more just on clearing. It doesn't even have to be combos and chains. They are helpful, but just doing something clearing at all times is really, really helpful with this. I feel like if you're not clearing something, you're just wasting time at this, in these runs.
Yeah, and it's a different. I like it because in small doses, because it really is a different skill set of the game versus kind of the normal, versus mode speedruns that, tend to be featured a lot, which are fantastic in their own right, but, like seeing different skill sets of a familiar, game and series, essentially, is really kind of, it's pretty. Is really just kind of, is cool to see, I suppose. So now we're on to stage 3. Are we blaming Poochie, or because it's stage clear, are we good with not blaming Poochie as much? I don't know, how do we feel?
I don't think it's Poochie's fault.
Okay. I agree. And the cool thing about, that perhaps maybe you didn't notice if you played this, it was something because I was so slow that I really kind of paid attention to, is as FFR is pressing the button to swap the panels, like, Poochie blinks. So, that's just one of those little tiny things where it's like, like I shouldn't be clearing things, but I'm just watching Poochie blink because it's too cute.
And everybody's like, wait, what? Wait, that happened?
Yeah, it does. And spoiler alert, it'll happen with Blark later on as well. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. There is something on all of them that generally moves, if I remember correctly. Actually, I don't remember correctly, because I just... well. End of my work week, buddy. So, as you can see, we're getting more blocks of dirt left room to kind of clear at the beginning here, and, one of the things that can happen to, less experienced stage clear players is you kind of lose track of how high you're raising your stat. So a lot of times when we play this kind of more casually in a race setting, people are just like, I went to the top again and have to restart. So,
yep. That's definitely something I point out to somebody who's new to this, is all of the stage 4s and 5s are only a couple lines from the top, so you can't really raise right at the beginning.
Right. You really have to make an effort to do a little bit more clearing first before you dig in. As FFR will, I'm sure, masterfully show when we get to that point, so...
Also coming up, we're going to be doing a bit of a skip that was found by one of the players.
You're going to do the skip then? We're not skip?
Oh yeah, we're doing the skip.
Okay.
We will do the skip. Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, as everybody in chat has been talking about, the next stage is actually a secret stage. But, if I understand FFR correctly, we're not even going to do that stage, so we're gonna skip. Normally, we would just hold down the LRR button, raise second all the way to the top, and just lose on purple. There's also another strategy that came in from Yoshi recently.
Ooh, really? I am unaware of this.
Okay.
You catch. Stop the prayers.
That's
Alright.
to, shoutouts to Yoshi, Wait, what?
And there we go. So yeah, if you soft reset as soon as round clear appears on 3-5, you can continue, and then it takes you forward. You do not get to see. Yes.
Actually faster? Wow.
A little bit.
It saves about 8 seconds.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, with optimal menuing, it's
That's like so... I feel Billy for never thinking of that. It seems so obvious once you point it out, but like... Wow. That's crazy. We're all learning something new.
I was gonna say, now we're on stage 4, we get the 6th color added to the blocks now. That adds an extra element of annoyance.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't... I think some people consider the extra color as an extra layer of difficulty, but I've never really seen it like that. I've just seen it as, like, something more to work with and more to think about it, but I've never really seen it as difficult, per se.
Right. That's why I say annoying, because it isn't necessarily harder, but it makes you think a little bit more, because you have to account for another color in all of your everything.
Yeah, because this game does come down to, you know, a lot of calculations, and especially if you're doing kind of the lag chain stuff we were talking about earlier, you know, it does come down to really thinking ahead about where you're dropping your blocks. So having that extra color is just another way to kind of, another thing you need to clear, kind of imagining that visual spatial of how the board's going to play out. You know, and I think that, for me, the interesting thing is when, you know, when you see the top players play and just how they have all that board vision versus kind of the, you know, kind of the middle of the pack players and how they're kind of depending on the chains happening as they go versus like the top people, they see everything and then they let it fall and then they see the next thing and they let it fall and it's like, how do you do that? Why are you such a god at this game? Oh my god. That's my thought process, but... Everybody's gotten so good, it's pretty silly, actually.
Hey, and we're on the last round, or stage of round 4.
That's crazy. This is so fast.
Let's see what time we're at. 12. If I remember correctly, at first TV is what, 20? Yeah, right there, 2030. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know usually when I play this category, it comes in around, you know, 25-ish, so I don't play it a whole bunch, but when I do, it's, you know, it's 25 to 27 kind of range, so.
Yeah, I think my best is just under 25, 24, 40, something like that.
Shout outs, my dude. That's a good time.
And on to stage 5, we have Blarg. Yes,
He's so cute! I just always remember Blarg being the cutest with the and then it's like, oh wait, play the video game. Good point. Okay. Shout out to Tetris Attacker, by the way, who we know in the community is, or has a little Blarg thing in the community we call EA when we get, EA when he's nice. Blarg when we're mad at him, so I'd like to think, or maybe depends on who is raging at the moment. But yeah, we have a fantastic community around, you know, this game and, you know, Panel to Pod, which is playing next, and, you know, we have a great community called the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, so if you are interested in playing this category or any of the other games you've seen during this block, feel free to hit up our Discord. We'll be happy to answer questions and hang out and talk and all that good stuff, so. Wow, we're already in line 3.
definitely me.
Yeah, definitely schmoove in here.
chain, versus earlier, he tried to avoid the chains because it's a little bit slower, since the whole game was slower.
Yeah, that is a good point, Lunar. As things get faster, as the speed gets faster, you know, the clearing gets faster, and then you can, you know, it's harder to chain, but it's also, you know, more efficient as well. And a lot of these types of stage clear modes are, you know, where my heart is, which is how can we be as efficient as possible and still know what we're doing. So.
Okay, that's 5-4. 5-5. Then we have one more round. That's actually not a bad start.
Some of the sweet swag moves as well in there. You know, every game has its swag. You just need to find it, and sometimes the swag is slower, and sometimes it's faster, and sometimes it doesn't matter because it's swag.
Yoshi in chat's mentioning that we do lose time if we keep chaining, but typically, yeah, you're not going to aim to do the chain specifically. You're going to try to chain in between. You're not waiting on the chain. This is
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're waiting on the chain, you're losing time, but if you're kind of mixing in the chains as you're trying to clear other things, then that's really what you're looking for at this level.
one more. There you go.
We are at XP. We have a few more stages, and then we do have a Bowser fight at the end that we do actually need to get to. We avoided Bowser first time, but we need to face him at the end of this set of Raven stages.
Russia.
Yeah.
Alright.
On 6-3. I see in chat they're talking about the Blackbird. It's the Raven from Yoshi's Island. That is who this is.
Yeah. Except he doesn't make you, you know, dizzy and stuff. I don't know, I always got dizzy. Not totally dizzy during that fight, but a little disoriented of like, where are you? Where am I?
I think that was a pretty unique fight.
Oh, absolutely. That just brings back the memory of the GDQ where there was the fire alarm during Yoshi's Island. And then we all left the hotel and then just piled into a Wendy's as Golden was just like broadcasting it and like putting his camera around on everybody. So out of nowhere there's just 15 people who piled into a Wendy's. The fire alarm. gosh, which GDQ was that? That had to be HDQ 2014.
I believe it
memories.
was. I saw it live.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was actually there. It was a good time.
Yeah, during Trihax's run.
Yeah. Shout out to Yoshi's Island, where a lot of these characters come from. In the you know, the Yoshified version of Panel to Pod, which if you're a Panel to Pod and Fairy fan, stay tuned because that's coming up next.
Okay. And we're on the fighting stage, which is Bowser, the actual fight. And the goal here is get a 5 chain. That's the fastest way to beat him. Hopefully that's what we'll see.
2, 3, 4, 5. And time.
There it is.
Very nice.
Very nice time.
He barely sub 21, but we got her.
It beats my best by like almost 4 minutes.
I know, it's like... Yeah, very solid time there. Good run.
Thank you. So yeah, stage clear, you know, just you against the blocks. But now we get to some real fun stuff with this game now. 'Cause yeah, coming up next is a little bit of a passwords showcase. So, Tetris Attack has a sort of a continue password system, so you can enter in a password, continue from whatever stage you wanna continue at, and you know, essentially never lose your progress as long as you don't lose the passwords. So